Yo, what's good people, it's Cactus, and in today's video, seeing as though it's Christmas Eve, I've been thinking about making a Christmas type beat. I don't really know what genre it's going to be, but I think I'm going to flick through some Christmas samples and try and find something that's worth chopping up. But yo, if you haven't entered it already, I'm running a crazy giveaway right now. I've got over $2,000 worth of products to give out to everyone. It's completely free to enter, you don't need to submit a beat or anything. Literally just click the link in the description, enter your name and email, and then I'm announcing the winners on the 5th of January. And yesterday I dropped a fresh podcast episode with my guy Ocean. So I know a lot of my supporters are a big fan of Ocean, and a lot of people asked for that podcast when I introduced it. So I'll leave a link to that in the description too. You can listen to that on Apple Podcasts or watch it on YouTube right now. But yo, let's get into the video. Alright, I don't really know how this one's gonna go. I haven't really planned it out properly. So I'm gonna have a look, see if I can find some Christmas samples. I'll chop something up and then just see what I can come up with. Alright, I'm just bringing the sample into Edison. I can't really play it because of YouTube copyright issues, but I'm just grabbing a loop first and then I'm going to chop it up. So I always leave this on snap to grid or snap to zero crossing. Yeah, that's it. So I just put it on loop mode and then I just want to make sure there's no clicks or pops. There's a little one there, but I can press Control and C just to copy it. Control and A, then delete, and then Control and V. So I've pasted it back in. Now I'm just going to de-click in all regions and de-click out all regions, and that should get rid of the clicks. Now I'm just using this tool to drag it into the playlist. So I've dragged it into the slicer. I'm just pressing Control and X to get rid of the notes that it dumps in. Turn auto dump off, and I'm going to cut it by beat. But I'm not really feeling anything with that one. Let's go for this one instead. And when I was going through the last chop, before I changed the sample, I was using this preset called Space Echo in Echo Boy. But I'm liking how it sounds in this sample, so I'm going to leave it on whilst I'm chopping it. The sample's 97 BPM, but I can change it to match mine, which is 91. Yeah, something like that. And I'm going to come into the piano roll, Control and A, then Control and Q to quantize everything. Alright, I want to find a second chop as well. I'm just going to turn Echo Boy off for now. Yeah, maybe that can repeat, but then change it up for the end. Let's see what it sounds like with the effects on though. Actually sounds alright again. Maybe some RC20 to make it sound a little bit more vintage. Put that above the echo. And yo, every track from the Home Alone soundtrack is a banger, I'm telling you. If you want to make Christmas beats, then check out that. And I could use a keyboard just to figure out the key of the song, but this is just a quick way. If you use this site, for a famous song anyway, it will tell you straight away. It's in A minor, but I pitched it up 100 cents, so it's going to be in B flat minor. Alright, so I'm thinking this is going to turn into some kind of lo-fi or boom bap beat, so I'm going to use some realistic drum sounds from Splice. And then just finding the right hi-hat too. So one of these two. I might set this to fill each 4-step and then come into the piano roll. Control and A to highlight everything. Shift, click and drag to copy them. And then I can bring these down in velocity and maybe up one. And then bring them along a bit so they're not so on grid. Alright, so I've got the kicks quantized, but I want to try third hi-hats instead. Let's try these. Yeah, they're sounding better. I definitely need some open hats or rides in there.
So
So I've got the drum patterns there, but I need them to sound a bit more lo-fi. So I'm going to group them into a bus and then put on RC20 and maybe add some background noise and see how that sounds. And then I'm going to start with one of the drum break presets. So drum break 3 is my usual go-to. I want to bring back the noise and the distortion level. Bring back some lows too. And then instead of using the reverb in RC20, I want to use a different one. So I'm going to use Valhalla Vintage Verb. I'll keep the mix level on 100, but bring the delay back, and then a low cut to around about 160. And then I'm going to send the drum bus to a reverb. So I'm just going to left click once and bring the mix level down. I can just label this reverb as well. I'm switching the open hat as well. I wanted to use one that's a bit longer. I think that fits 10 times better. And you know what? I think I'm getting way too bored of this sample, so I've brought in another one to chop up, and let's see what I can do. Yeah, that's got the energy I needed. And you know what? The drums are sounding a little bit too thin, and it's because in RC20, when you use the drum break preset, the width goes all the way to mono. So I'm just going to bring it back up, just to how it was. You'll only really notice that in headphones, and to be honest, sometimes drums are fine being in mono, but for this particular beat, I want them to be a tiny bit spread. And then for boom bap kind of beats, I'd usually put in a real bass guitar, like an electric bass guitar from maybe a Contact Bank or something Trillion. But in this one, I feel like putting an 808 in there, so I'm just going to see how it sounds. I also want to change the chop in the last 4 bars, so thinking I could do something similar, so I'm going to copy these across again. And then just switch up the end parts. See which bit sounds right. Yeah, something like that. And then that can repeat again. And then maybe for this bit, get rid of them. Or maybe just have it finish off. They need to come over here. Yeah, this should sound right. Yeah, now there's enough variation in it. Because I'm thinking about putting an 808 in there, I think I'm going to have to change the kick, because usually them realistic kicks don't match with 808s, but we'll see how it goes. So I'm going to use this. It's called Paper Chasing 808, but it sounds like the Spins 808 to be honest. It's in Cardiac's kit. You get 2 here, a bit quicker. Yeah, what about if this came up an octave? Sounds alright, you know. Boom, boom. Yeah, something like that. Or maybe just scrap that one, bring this over. Yeah, I think I prefer that. And then layered with a kick. So it sounds a lot better with this style of kick. Now at the end of the 8 bar, I just want some kind of vocal chop, so I'm going to have a look through Arcade. I've just pitched everything up an octave. So I like these 2 here. Just something as simple as that. Yeah, it sounds sick. So I'm going to filter them out. So now I've just added an EQ to filter it out. I know it already had reverb in it, but I wanted to increase the wet level. So I like the style of Valhalla Vintage Verb. And then I've added delay as well. So it sounded like this. Just a lot more subtle. And I feel like flipping the sample even more, but instead of looking for a new chop, I'm going to use shaperbox and see if I can create some mad filter effects. So I'm going to go into filters and let's see what we can make. Some kind of rhythm. Maybe something, maybe a sweep actually. Maybe this one, but quarter note. Yo, that sounds cold. Let's bring the cutoff down a bit. And then let's see what we can add with time too. Yeah, this is the one. And then I can swap between this one. Just that. Alright, so I think I've got everything that I need for the beat now. I'll probably add one or two more things when I start arranging it. So maybe something like a crash or different rises, but I'll start mixing it, arranging it, and then I'll show you the outcome. So it's going to start with the hook with everything playing. And then when it gets to the verse in this section, that's when shaperbox comes in. But I've also automated the shaperbox time shaper. So that little reverse section at the end. So that's going to come in this second part, but I'll just play it. I also added a crash and some drum fills, which are chopped up.
Cactus.
The drum fills are crazy. I'll just show you quick with these drum fills as well. To get that panning effect, I just highlighted the section that I wanted to pan. And then I right clicked pan in here, create automation clip, and then I just added these curves. So it kind of flies between the left and right ear. Verse comes in with shaperbox, so just a complete flip. You can see I've added the drum fills every couple of bars. See how that reverse section comes in now. So that's just keeping things fresh. So we're back to the hook now. Not much changes with the 8-way, just subtle changes. And then it just comes back to the verse and repeats. So I hope you liked the video and I hope you were feeling the beat. I know I planned on making some kind of Christmas beat, but that's just how the sample went. I wanted to flip it into something different. But yo, I still used the Christmas sample, so it's got to count for something. I just wanted to experiment with this beat as well. I don't normally mix like boom bap and trap drums, so I've made some kind of boom trap beat today, but let me know what you guys think. And again, if you haven't already entered it, I'm running a huge giveaway right now, which is completely free to enter. So check the link in the description. Just enter your name and email, and then in 2 weeks time, I'll be generating 3 random winners. I've got some crazy prizes to give out. And if you want to double your chances, then go to my Instagram at @jcactusmusic and then tag one producer in my last post where I announced the giveaway. But thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.